So, Walter, help us understand. I mean, you spent an extraordinary amount of time with Elon working on the book.
Yeah.
Did you see this coming? I don't think we've really talked to you since all of this has happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely the book shows his frustration with government. It shows him becoming much more of a Trump supporter. It has chapters called The Rabbit Hole, where he really gets into this information ecosystem that he helped create. And he's very eager to put on his superhero's cape and do to the federal government or in the federal government what he did when he arrived at Twitter and got rid of 80% of the employees and is now still running the show there. And I think he do what he did at SpaceX.
So what do you think is possible? Because part of the big question is what can be done with executive orders and what can be done with Congress. By the way, he may very well be influential within Congress, given that the Congress is a Republican, both Congress and the Senate.
I think he will have Democratic support in Congress for some of what he does, and I think a lot more is possible than some people have been
So when you say a lot, put it on the table. I mean, do you think that...
I think, take the Defense Department.
The big numbers are Defense Department. Do you think he can actually...
I think he can and will, or they can and will, actually go into the Defense Department and look at things like the F-35 fighter. Is that even something you need in this day and age? Look at why the procurement system is this way. He has people like Steve Davis, who has done this at everything from the Boring Company to Twitter when he first bought Twitter, and people like Antonio Gracias from the outside who are great at saying, you can't have a manufacturing or procurement system this way. And I think he will gut some of that.
And so, but part of the issue is whether he's going to be able to successfully tell congresspeople in certain districts that have relied on certain industries, you know what, we're just not doing that anymore, right? It's not just identifying the problem. It's going to be, therefore, it's going to be then sort of persuading people who might be unpersuadable.
Although, is it much more easy to persuade when you can put it on X and post it and have people saying this is wasteful spending?
Oh, I think he has a lot of arrows in his quiver in order to fight off people who are going to resist him. And the biggest one is I think Trump will support him in all of these things. And it'll be very hard to say, no, let's protect the spending and, you know, trying to protect in Alabama where they might be doing some type of Boeing system that's just not working and protect it. But we'll see. I mean, the biggest difference, and this is what you put your finger on, is when he went into Twitter and he did all this, he owned Twitter. He does not own the federal government. But if you had to ask me to bet, he'll have a
But you
lot
think
more
defense?
impact.
Do you think he's able to conquer health care?
Health care, the policies of it are really difficult. But yes, I think he would, if he could, and this is what I don't think he's going to see, just disrupt this whole process of a mix of insurance and employee insurance and mandates or whatever. But I think that will be a place where slashing the regulations will come into play.